We're reviewing another bit. Let's grab a beer and do this together. So obviously, Stihl KM94. This is replacing my Honda UMC 435 I had for about 3 years. And that was a good bit of gear, that one. Give me a sec, the dog's being a dickhead. Sorry about that. Alright, so where do we start? Let's start. I'm not going to go attachment wise yet. The coupling's nice. It's just a coupling. There's nothing really special I can say about that. I'll start with this though. So right now, if I pull the cord, it's on. Press that and it stops until the revs drop. It cuts the spark and there, it's done. Obviously, throttle assembly is nice. You've got this, which actually can set your limiter, or not your limiter, you can set your max RPM. So as you'll see, fully out, that's as much as you're going to get. Wind it back to plus, then you got more. So if you don't really want to run the machine on limiter all day, or if it's annoying, because when it runs on limiter it tends to vibrate around a little bit and gum up the exhaust, you can adjust it so it's not running on a limiter all the time, so you can run it hotter, if that makes sense. Let's don't, anyway, go from now. Don't know what that does really. I like to spin it round, it's kind of fun. Build quality wise, pretty impressed. I really like the fuel tank. It's big and it's compact. Obviously this thing's copped a flogging. It's only a few months old and it's copped a flogging already. Couple little things here that keep fucking popping out. Just there. Primer on the front here. Choke on the back here. You do not need to rev it unless you want to get it off the choke. So you do that, push it in. When it's running, when it's done its thing, just sort of back out. Or you can run it. I do that. Let it nearly die out. Rev it a few times. Let it warm up. If you're in a hurry to get going, you can sort of use the throttle as the choke as a throttle. You just sort of hold it while you're revving it to get the fuel through quicker. It's got soft start. As you can hear, it's cranking over. Well, it's not really, is it? There you go. So far, decent reliability out of it. Haven't had to send it back to get it fixed. So that's been good. As the fuel tank's been reliable as well. One thing I have with the Honda is the fuel tanks crack sort of every 6 months. Give me a sec, I'll be back. So I keep trying to figure out where the dog is. He's just there. Anyway. It does get dirty quick, this machine actually. Sort of everywhere. It's on there, that's where the clutch sits. If you're like me, semi-retarded, you sort of looks like you got parkies, but you sort of spill shit everywhere. Exhaust is probably the worst thing, because that gums up quick on limiter. So yeah, tank doesn't leak, it just likes to leak all the exhaust on limiter. I wish I'd try and show you what I mean in another video, because when it cuts the spark it's still sucking fuel through, so it just on limiter, every time it's sort of pinging, like manging, and bap, 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 every time it does that, there's puffs of smoke coming out and stuff like that. I've never cleaned the air filter. I checked it. Still extremely clean. I run the hedger, the pole saw. I've got an edging attachment as well. The only bad thing about the edger is it vibrates when it's on limiter. Everything vibrates when it's on limiter. I'll try and show you what limiter sounds like. Yeah, so as you saw from that clip, the smoke as well, so that gets gummy. But so I'll run it a little bit less when I'm hedging. If I'm doing something thick or it's woody, I will run it on limiter the whole time. Cool. I'm going to do the Stihl BR700 next. Cheers for watching.